you gotta pick your energy is a real thing because you gotta remove yourself from the people. But like alpha, I'm gonna say what you were saying. Well, like this, my man was like, "Yo, what's an alpha male?" Who's the alpha male? Mufasa or Scar? And I was over here like, "Damn, that's a good question."
Well, I mean, both were
technically right.
Yeah,
but like
different pride.
Necessarily like certain things that you do to prove that you're an alpha. Like I don't think it's a certain level of like, oh, I'm this personality trait, so I'm an alpha because I act like this. No, I'm an alpha because there's certain things I do as a man, like how I act as an individual. You know, that just further like illuminates what you think an alpha may be, but like it's not necessarily who I am as a person. Like it's what I do.
No, look, I think Scar is a more of an alpha male, but I'd rather be Mufasa, my nigga, because Mufasa made sure everybody was good, and that's more alpha in the. If you want to really know what alpha male is for real, look at that Mufasa, bro. He made sure he's good and everybody around him good. To me, that's
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm with Pretty Rude. Pretty Rude says Scar wasn't an alpha. I'm trying to understand what you mean by Scar being the alpha. Like
he's necessary.
Alpha tendencies.
He got alpha
tendencies. Alpha.
But that makes him an alpha.
But
like,
again, that nigga was jealous.
That builds up if you're alpha.
Yo, they're from two different prides, though.
Yeah.
There's an alpha in both.
Yeah.
Packs.
And that's why I'm
right. So you're allowed to have two. It doesn't have to be one.
And I like this is when I realized I don't want to be an alpha male, bro. I want to be the best man I could be. I don't want to put no tag on it. I want to be able to get my money, work out, and make my body feel good. I want my lady to be good.
It's a fact.
Look, I want my kids to be good if I have kids. And my purpose, bro. Like all that, I want to know how I want to be able to spend myself at all times. It's like certain shit, all that alpha male shit. Like I was on that shit, like that red pill shit is what I needed at the time.
Right.
I want to be a real man. I want to be a man's man. So it's like that, all that alpha and beta shit, fuck all that. I'm gonna hold the door for my lady.
That's a fact. I mean, but alpha, but I'm with you on that. But Pretty Rude said an alpha wouldn't be bothered with harming someone else. They are hyper focused on themselves. And alpha is respected amongst his peoples. I agree with that.
But Scar was focused on himself. That's why he killed Mufasa. Taking Mufasa out was a part of elevation.
I cried on that thing.
But yeah, that's the difference. All right, so here's what. All right, so you know, psychology, right? There's this weird ass breakdown that I've really become adjusted to, like as far as like something that I admire, and it's like negative reinforcement, positive reinforcement, negative punishment, positive punishment, right? And it's kind of like a compass. The way that I look at it is kind of like a compass. It makes the shit like three-dimensional and shit. So it's like, yes, Scar, alpha. We can characterize him as that, sure. And Mufasa is an alpha. However, one has proven themselves to be a more accomplished alpha, and one could be characterized as a failed alpha or an unrealized alpha. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it is all about hyper focusing on self, but it's like, well, what you doing with hyper focusing on self? Like when all that shit comes to you, what is it all about? What is it all for real, for real? The kingdom was suffering when Scar got the kingdom.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It was fruits and dances. Exactly. These fucking animals that can't talk was singing in the motherfucking jungle. They're not talking my bad. They was singing in the motherfucking Sahara. Where the fuck they was, man? Savannah, wherever the fuck. I know they was in Africa. So they was singing the motherfucking ancestral songs like a motherfucker.
But guess what? Like niggas like Scar was necessary because Mufasa wasn't the king. Simba was the real. Simba was the he was the guy. But Scar had to do what he had to do for Simba to become great. If that makes sense.
No, that makes absolute sense. I feel you.
If that makes sense, like it's weird. Like I think that was a great movie because he had to leave and come back, and he had to become a man. Like he was basically he was being coddled by his dad.
Yeah.
And he got manipulated by Scar, and he came back like, nah, nigga, I'm back. It's my shit. Like you gotta it's almost like he had to become a man on his own. Like, and guess what happened? what's the girl lion name?
Nala.
Nala came like, fuck you been that nigga. You see that was that inspirational woman.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
The most necessary part.
When you got an inspirational woman, nigga, you can move mountains, nigga.
Yo, I told all you gentlemen on that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you better go get it, nigga. Oh my God, man. Like, yo, once you get a good woman, nigga, like, yo, you're like, I didn't know I could do that.
Nigga, what? Yo, listen, shout out to women. Let's keep things all the way funky. This red pill shit, for real, it's a great conversational point. It's a great topic for the homies to get down on, but I ain't waving no flag but the family flags. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? All this other shit, fuck shit as far as I'm concerned. Women are fucking great. I came here through a woman, and women don't put me on the illest and flyest of lessons and gems that made me into a sharp motherfucker. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yo, look, I know more alpha women than I knew, like men, for sure.
You know why?
More alpha women that are great, beautiful, powerful.
You know why? Because people raising their girls like they should be raising their boys. A lot of people raising their girls like they should, like, yeah, you don't need no man. You don't get a college degree, get your money. You don't need no. That's bullshit, yo. Because at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are not gonna like what I'm about to say. Okay, this one ain't gonna go left from me. People are putting women in uncomfortable situations that's gonna crash and burn when they turn 40. Because at the end of the day, women are more comfortable being nurturers. We bring structure and we bring on the back. Like, it's almost like, yo, some women don't know how to make and let a man be a man, yo. Like, yo, like, why, like, it's almost, well, you should be more masculine. I'm like, no, you should be more feminine. They're like, goddamn, like, it's like, yo, it's crazy because it's not their fault necessarily. Because I said to my homegirl earlier, I'm like, look, you're not gonna change women. They're not changing.
That's a fact.
So it's like, for me, I'm like, why even try? Why don't I just become better? I'd rather listen to women, right, and understand what it is to become a better man. Because honestly, whatever they want is the epitome of nigga. Because they're not looking for no regular niggas.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, listen to what these women want. Because they don't give a fuck about what we want. But they'll get.
How's your bank account?
But
how's your bank account? That's it.
But they'll naturally give you what you want, the better the nigga is. So understand, they want a dude that's over 6 feet tall. If you're not over 6 feet tall, you don't have to be. Work out, nigga.
Let me say something to that. To that, Vaughn. So for a while I used to trip because, you know, there's this mainstream thought that has a sense of reality and science within it that God's a woman, right? Now I have my own. God is a woman, right?
Don't make sense.
So no, check me out. Let's walk with it because there's credence there. You know what I mean? Now where I come from, on my walk, it's like, yo, if there's a duality of man, which is man and woman, then God must be both in my sense, but God must be above all that because there's a certain sense that God has to be omnipotent. So it has to be within as without in order for God to be God in my walk, you know what I mean, in my understanding. So I used to trip before I even got to that point. I used to trip and be like, all right, so what's important about a man? You know what I mean? If women, they give birth to life, there's so much that's tied in with women in life. Like, what the fuck do we do? And it came to me one time, and I realized the man is meant to suffer. The man is meant to hold the suffering so that, as you said, women are nurturers. The man is meant to hold the suffering so that the nurturer can hold down the fort and hold down civilization and hold down the growth of the family tree. Because the woman helps to keep the inner child together. She's the nurturer. She helps to keep the inner child intact. You know what I mean? The man puts on this motherfucker armor and go outside and do whatever's necessary to make sure that that's smooth, like that can sustain itself. You know what I mean?
Being a man, a real man, me and my man were talking about it the other day. Like, being a man is a tough job, bro. It's the toughest job in the world, bro. And a lot of dudes running from their job because they don't know how to do it. They have no representation.
Right.
Hell, that's a bigger conversation of how we got here. But it's like, I'm learning right now, bro. I'm 36 years old and I'm just learning this shit. And it's like, yo, it's like literally, I'm like, I don't know how my parents had kids in their 20s, bro. It's like, yo, I'm right now. I feel like it's amazing to me. So it's like with that being said, it's like it's a struggle. Like what can we say? Like stresses be held by shoulders, not hit. Something like that. It's like it is like literally it's our job, bro. It's like women need